good soul. And Facebook running? Doesn't say so on my screen, but maybe on your screen. All right. All right, so dear devotees, oh look, what a photo for Hari Dev Prabhu in Salt Lake City. And by the way, just before we actually start, I just this moment came in from embracing Sudarshan Prabhu, who is in the thumbnail for Hari Dev there, wearing blue, and wishing him a happy birthday. It is his birthday today. And they're all busily getting ready. Sudarshan Prabhu is floating, always he's floating a little bit above the earth, but he's got a very active family and they're getting ready for going from here to wherever they're going to. And they're leaving from the farm today. The program is over. And they are a wonderful association. And Hari Dev Prabhu, you're fortunate that Krishna has brought you to such a sweet community of devotees. And we've been missing you here. We've been mentioning you here. You are appreciated. So please know that you are in the devotees' thoughts and participating in some way, but through their thoughts. Jai Hari Dev Prabhu.
Dandavad, Gurudev, Dandavad, dear devotees.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad. All right. So, dear devotees, let us begin as we should do and as we do. That is with a bandhan. So, Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganaraganatam Vitam Tang Sajivam Sarvetam Savirutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitanscha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvijay Namaha Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. And a quick look in the chat box as a chat. The Hari Dev Jaya Sudarshan Prabhu Ki Jaya. Okay. I know he's not very old. I wasn't rude. I didn't ask him how old he is. But he is now a grandfather. Hare Krishna. And I've known him since he was, I think, 9 years old or something like that. And now he's granddad. Just see how the world spins fast. Vrindavaneshwari, good to have you with us. I know it's late at night. And I was looking for you yesterday, but I don't think you were able to attend. Were you there on the Brazil Zoom? Oh, you were there.
Yes,
I didn't see everything.
I was there, but I was with my camera turned off, but I was there.
Okay. It was a busy evening yesterday evening, and actually it's a busy morning this morning here too as well. But we are happy to have you all have a touch of the physical association, as it were, being with the devotees who are here. I hope we can share some of that with you. And I'm sure that all of you have seen something on the web, on Instagram or Facebook from the Govinda Farm. Sorry, I just have to turn off this fan. Oh. Turn it away, it can blow something else. So busy days. And today, unfortunately, it is a day of many devotees going from here because actually the festival ended 2 days ago, but devotees didn't want to leave. So we had we had bonus 2 days, correct? Wasn't it 3 days ago? The festival was like officially the last day. And then Like Friday was a bonus day, then Saturday was a double bonus day, but today actually mostly the devotees are heading back. So it's that like unhappy, I don't know what the word is, but at the conclusion of the festival where devotees are returning to their countries, continuing their journeys. Some are going to India to continue a mode of pilgrimage because Govardhan Puja is coming up this week. And but this way, leaving from like the family, everyone's bonded as a family for 10 days. And it's always sad when the family members go somewhere. And in our life, we spent quite a lot of time in airports. And there are two places at the airport. One is the departure area, when people are saying goodbye to each other. But more intense than the departure area is the arrivals area. And sometimes we're waiting. The devotees say, yes, we'll be there, just wait 5 minutes, will we come? So we're waiting at the arrivals. And I've seen some very beautiful like meetings of grandmothers with their, I mean, we're only guessing who's who, but like very tearful meetings of grandmothers with like 9 and 10-year-olds who are coming back from some distant place with big luggage and all this thing. And we've seen beautiful like reunions at the airports. And as I say, the departure also less intense perhaps, but affectionate farewells from people. So the festival is a little like that. With the arrival of devotees, then with a family, really a bonded family, everybody with no exception, like a bonded family for 10 days, 11 days, 12 days, as it turned out. 12 days, maybe even 13 days. Okay, anyway, I can't count so much, only 10 fingers, so more than 10 days. So now heading home. But everybody with some, I can't say vows, but re-strengthened bonds and like vowing to keep in touch with each other, with the new friends and things. So, and this morning with Surashan Prabhu, his birthday, as we were mentioning, there on Haridev Prabhu's thumbnail, his birthday today, but we were just talking with 5 minutes before coming to you, my alarm comes and I have to come, and I had my backpack on when I first came in, so just as well you're a couple of minutes late because I took off the backpack and settled in. But we were just talking about this idea of devotees moving around the centers, those who can, to get some experience by sometimes being in Uberlandia, sometimes being in Salt Lake City, sometimes being in Vila Govinda Ashram, sometimes being at the London temple, very active preaching section in the London temple, and being here in the Govinda Farm. And they're all quite different environments, but there's a very good common thread, and that is with sincere bubble, if you like, a sincere protected mood of devotion, so that we can follow what Gurudev wanted, what Guru Maharaj wanted, and try to do this as cleanly and sweetly as possible. And this way, devotees will get experience of different ways. There are differences in every temple, but they'll be able to share their own experiences from their own, wherever they started their devotional life. They can share the things they've learned with places they go to. They can learn new things from there and share that and bring that around and back home, etc. So we were talking about that with Surashan Prabhu and his wife, Rai Kishori, and with Saraswati, with Pandita, and yesterday, and yesterday with more. So anyway, we're putting it in the ether. So those who have some opportunity, then some variety in devotional service for the benefit of the different centers and the benefit life-giving for the devotees too. Hare Krishna. And then when we have an ashram in Norway, Tongarasa, then we can add Norway to the list. And already South Africa. But South Africa, my goodness, the devotees there, really, they deserve medals. It's a difficult environment, South Africa. You can't just go for a walk. Cannot just go for a walk. In some ways, it's not the opposite. I've been in heavier places, actually, in the past. But here in Thailand, anybody can go for a walk. A single teenage girl can walk safely, safely. And, it's quite a different environment. In a country where you leave the keys in the motorcycle so you don't lose your keys, then you've got to think, well, the environment has got some good quality to it. And that's the Buddhist strong influence of karma. If somebody will steal something, they're waiting for the thunderbolt to land on their head. It's just kind of one of those unthinkable things. And here's Savitri, she's come to join us here too. And you may think Savitri is living in Switzerland, but she is right now living in Vila Govinda Ashram. I think, where are you?
I'm still in Vila Govinda.
In Vila Govinda, I'm trying to picture what's behind you, that cupboard.
Oh no, this is Kamala's old room. In the girls section.
Oh, the ladies, okay. I have to admit, I've not been in the ladies section. It's all unknown to me and will remain unknown to me. So, okay, so that's why I couldn't recognize the background. So Savitri, she's helping out in Vila Govinda while doing her schoolwork. And here, by the way, little younger than you, 16 years old, I think, is Janamejaya, one of the children of Sudarshan and Rai Kishori. And I think he's 16, but he could be 15. And he's doing some quite intense half-term examinations or half-year examinations, something like this. So he's been doing his schoolwork and the devotional practices. So you see, it's a challenge, but they're doing homeschooling. So when you do homeschooling, you must be more strict on yourself than when you go to school, because when you go to school, you have to attend the class and these things. But here, there's a festival, you can say lots of distractions, we've got lots of people, a younger section as well as the older section. And so you can say there's lots of distractions, many excuses not to focus your time. So it is also a credit to Janamejaya, credit to yourself, Savitri, that you are pacing yourselves. I think, is that the word? So that you pace yourself, you do this part of your duty properly, you do this part of your duty properly, and combine it into one duty, Krishna consciousness. And yesterday, after the Zoom with Brazil, by the way, Vrindavaneshri did it, and I see Priya Sundari Devi Dasi here. And after yesterday's Zoom, we went down, myself and Lilamoy, we went down and joined in with the devotees, and they were all sharing things at the last full evening of the devotees. And they were all sharing. And I did not know, but there is one young lady, I think she's 18 years old, one teenager. I assume she's 18, she actually looks younger, but she's come from Ukraine. And I did not know until yesterday that she worked all year. She was here last year and she was so enlivened that she said, I must come back again next year. When she went back to Ukraine, she worked all year, carefully saving all her money, and then she bought a ticket. Then she, with her job, she got a 2 weeks holiday with the job. So she knew she's going to just have to quit her job in order to come, because it takes them 5 days just to come here by the train, the bus, the border, the this or that. It takes 5 days to come, 5 days to go back. And so she knew she's going to have to quit her job. So she just worked to get the money. She got actually a one-way ticket, which I was quite surprised, but she does have the funds in her pocket for the return ticket. And she came with a one-way ticket. And so I thought that was also kind of very exemplary of the mood that we'll rely on Krishna. Now there's the opportunity to come. Now we take this opportunity to come by working hard, saving the money, which is not so easy to do. Ukraine has a few challenges, as you all know. And then coming on a one-way ticket and quitting her job. So relying on Krishna. So it's an indication of the desire we should all have, the hankering for the association, but not just as a club. You can have a club about all sorts of things, canoeing or I don't know what. But this is for the substantial journey, the substantial engagement of our time for the reality. Search for Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful, in a real way. And the real way is what Guru Maharaj and Gurudev have given, and as undiluted as possible. We don't want to dilute anything. We don't want to mix anything. We want to have, as they have given, then there our energy is going in a very clean and clear way. And this is the very purpose of the Govinda Farm festival, and the very purpose of coming together in the different places, to know what they expect of us and to try to put it into practice, even for a few days. Hare Krishna. When something happens easily, sometimes we may not appreciate it or take it so seriously. When we really have to be focused and have our goal that we're going to have, in this case, like coming to the festival, then we can take very seriously. And when we get to our destination, we know why we're going, for association, for participation, for service. And we see this in this lady, and we've seen this, of course, over the years. We're very happy to have seen this in many cases where really, so once in a lifetime, to be able to save up enough money to get the time off work, to get the time away from the family, because as you know, family, there is commitment with the children and the education and so many things. And when this opportunity comes, then you take it very seriously. You don't fly halfway around the world and then just take it as a holiday. It's kind of not in the thought. You come halfway around the world for, as we said, association, the Harikatha, the practices, the seva. So we're happy to see that in different of the devotees here. Some of you know Bimal Krishna Prabhu from the United States. He's got a wife, I think 3 children. I think at least 3 children. Anyway, he's a family man, and he suddenly understood he could come, and so he suddenly came. And I did not know he was going to be here until maybe 3 days beforehand, and I was very happily surprised. And he, oh yes, he is. He's on back to basics quite often. Bimal Krishna with his wife, Istadevika. And Istadevika is not with us, but Indumati is with us. And she's in front of a picture or a mural. Oh, but it's digital. Oh, you're not really in Mayapur dancing with the Panchatattva. Indumati is here with us, using electronics to to make us be reminded about Panchatattva. But for a moment you had me fooled. I thought you were, I was thinking, where are you in Mayapur? You're sitting in front of a mural in the ISKCON temple. Hare Krishna. And I haven't been in the ISKCON temple. I haven't been in any temple in Navadip, I mean, for several years. But the ISKCON temple that I'm familiar with, now it's growing very much. There was a, when you entered into the Nat Mandir, means the main hall in front of the deities, then on your left, and then left again, there was a preaching, like a museum, but all made by diorama, which is reminding me of what's behind you, looking like a diorama and models rather than deities, but showing different Leela of Krishna and Mahaprabhu with some guidance. So it's teaching. Who goes in there and they're getting to learn about who is Mahaprabhu, who are the Panchatattva, like that. And they're actually very beautifully made. And the person in charge of that is a devotee, Srila Prabhupada's disciple, who came and took shelter of Srila Gurudev. That's how I know him in particular. And he was very tall, maybe 2 meters or almost 2 meters tall, exceptionally tall. And his name was Anakadundavi Prabhu. So Indumati, she, I'm sure, have probably seen those, that like museum or display. And when you know like the nature of the person who made those, and even more, you think, oh, the heart of the devotees has gone to express the mood of Mahaprabhu, the mood of Haridas Thakur, the mood of Nityananda, the mood of Jagai and Madai. And I think all of you know Jagai and Madai were the bad guys in the Leela, but they had the pastime. You need some bad guys to show the heroism of the good guys. So, I mean, in a very mundane description, then we can say that Jagai and Madai, I mean, really, they were very badly behaved, drunkards. People were fearful of them because they were above the law. They were like the chief of police of the area. And so they were above the law. They can do whatever they like. And anyhow, these drunkard bad guys, then Nityananda and Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur, they came, and combination of it, all three of them, and most credit, of course, given to Nityananda Prabhu. Then they came to deliver them from their sinful life, and they became great devotees. So anyway, the dioramas, when you make some 3-dimensional pictures and statues, there's another word for it, where you have the figures in, not just a diorama, which is a relief, but you've got the actual figures. Then to catch the mood, to catch the message of what's taking place there, it takes some particular artistic skill. And Anakadundavi, very tall and too thin. I used to not tease him, but encourage him to eat more. But he put his heart and soul into it. And very tall devotee, but so kind, so sweet, so gentle, so focused, chanting his rounds, doing all the things that we're meant to do, and with a soft heart. And we are fortunate to have had the association of such souls in this world. Hare Krishna. Anyhow, we were mentioning about devotees, taking the chance and appreciating, especially if it's difficult or you have to work hard, do something hard to achieve something, then you can be more and more appreciative of it, what it is that you've worked so hard to come for, to journey across the world to achieve, etc. And that's why very often, I know when I was young, went to university, like the focused students were the mature students, not the ones who just kind of just fell out of school, fell out of the school bus into the university bus, kind of just went from one classroom to another. But the ones who actually focused and like really trying to catch what's happening and, taking it like properly, they were the mature students, means those like 30, 35 years old, they've been in the world and they want to learn. In my case, it was civil engineering by association, by the way. When we're teenagers in a school, then by chance I was associating with civil engineers who were kind of good people, and they kind of gave some encouragement. But those who were studying that after they've been working, they realize, I need to know, I've come to learn. And it's quite possible they're paying their own way. So they're paying their own way and getting more information. So we ourselves need to be conscious why we're coming, not just to fall out of, it's just some happy people and then continue in an easy way. Yes, we're with happy people, but we need to be as focused as those are who really have to make a big effort to make, for some, as I say, a once in a lifetime pilgrimage, once in a lifetime meeting with the devotees. And it's a reminder for us all to appreciate that. And we're happy to have Indumati Devi here. And I don't know how much you followed of the festival, but I've quoted you in the festival, and I've made it clear in the festival. I made it clear because everywhere some clarification is needed, that it is not approved by Gurudev that devotees will take intoxication. And you see, the children grow up, and if they see the older generation are doing wrong, they're thinking that Gurudev approved of this or allowed it. It is not the case. Intoxication, illicit sex, gambling, or meat eating, I hope is obvious. But all of these, it's not just that a list and we shouldn't do them, but it should be corrected. All of these things should be corrected in our lives. And it is a shame if the young generation grow up and they see some nonsense happening with the older generation, that they think that that's approved, when really we must be very clear. Gurudev did not approve, though yes, he tolerated some different particular cases for some time. But that's for the causeless grace to the person, so they can correct themselves, not as an example that everyone can do, and not in the mat. In the mat, okay, little sometimes something wrong, but not as a permanent matter, and devotees know it. So anyway, Indumati, we've been trying also to remember your feedback of things that you see in the community, in your own like full life in the community of devotees, and everyone can contribute. Everyone's got something to share and to recognize that this particular topic needs to be addressed. So just give me 2 minutes, because devotees are going, and I'm just going to let them know I'm not ignoring them. Just give me a second, and please, you can just talk amongst yourselves. I'll try and be 2 minutes, but I may be 4 minutes. You know how it goes. So please, just share something amongst yourselves. And Indumati, you can say a few words. You're a good people reacher. Hare Krishna. I'll come back in a moment.
Soon, Maharaj. Dandavad. Dandavat to all the God family while Maharaj goes and pays his obeisance and wishes well the devotees going on their trip. I'm so grateful that I come on Sundays to see you all. And in regards to the diorama topic, I thought I could elaborate on something very grand and special going on throughout Mayapur and Navadip under the umbrella of Srila Prabhupada, our Sri Bhagavan guardian, and how well the organizations are going via Guru Maharaj's grace. And right now we're all networking. All of the sanghas are doing a lot of wonderful things together. And in regards to the upgrade of ISKCON and all of the different devotional artists that dedicate their time to developing the stages of the mandir and the growth and the Vedic Sanskrit necessary studies and processes, they're creating more like a tourism. And so therefore we've gone to the government and we've gone and registered some of the holy places to be heritage sites in India's listing. And the good news is that Param Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti Rakak Shuddhadev Goswami Maharaj's Sri Navadip Dham has now been registered as one of the 7 of Mayapur holy places as a heritage site. So in regards to that, therefore, then a board had to be formed and a lot of collaborative seva is going on. So the service inside ISKCON now, they're reaching out and sharing their artists' professional guidance to all these wonderful holy places to lift up that energy and make sure that it's at a high standard of cleanliness and education. And so I was very fortunate to go and have some darshan in the TVP this year. After Gaurapanima Seva, I had some time, and many of the seniors staying in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, and they're wanting some seva in this part of their life. So they asked me to go over and have some meetings with the director of the art design, which his name is Sadbuj Prabhu. He's a very good friend of mine, and he's like, you know, a mentor in regards to Gurukul curriculum training. His wife is one of the big admins in Gurukul Global. So we had some nice time, and he's taken me through his workshop and all of the artwork that he's doing coming to life in regards to the Vedic Planetarium. Now it's a 3-story museum, and you're walking through all the pastimes of bhakti yoga and going through, you know, it's not just a museum now, it's a place where you can really take meditation and book in space where you can bring a group and go deeper into studying the Shastra and the pastimes. So he's the one responsible of molding these personalities and bringing the Vedic Planetarium to life. So in regards to the seniors wanting to lift up Sri Govinda Kund, Sri Navadip Dham, the seniors now have basically made a contract with him. He's designing an educational parikram around Govinda Kund on the walls, and there will be some pastimes of Param Guru Maharaj coming to Srila Prabhupada, and then Srila Gurudev coming to Param Guru Maharaj, and there will be dioramas all around Sri Govinda Kund. And through the fortune of Sadbuj and his kindness, introducing us to some wonderful, wonderful devotees around the world who really love and respect Param Guru Maharaj, you know, and they love his books. And so they've been putting some planning and some input. So it's very nice that Maharaj recognized the diorama behind, because this afternoon I actually have a meeting in person with Sadbuj because he's here in Australia currently. So yeah, so it's very beautiful how it's all falling into place in regards to the congregational connection. And it's actually one of I can't say his name, but one of Maharaj's disciples. He put me in the connection of this wonderful blessing, and he's become a very good friend of mine online, preaching every day together, sharing different Harigata. And Maharaj met him in London, and he's always been, you know, very strong ISKCON student and very dedicated, very disciplined. And then he meets Maharaj and he writes to me. He's doing some seva for me and Saraswati Didi. And he takes the books to London for me, and he's such a wonderful Vaishnav. Sometimes we can't afford the airmail. So if devotees can take the books from the Mulamot over to the temples, it saves so much money. So this is how I meet him. And he's so lovely. He's like, oh my goodness, Guru Maharaj's books are incredible. The mood in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math is so different. And then he meets Madhusudan Maharaj and he writes to me, he says, I am taken. And from there he hears my ideas. And then, we were just lucky all this service since Maharaj has been preaching so regularly through London, through Italy, so many people are getting opportunity. So I just thought I'd share that's the news of the growth in Navadip Dham, Mayapur Dham. We are now listed as a World Heritage Site, one of the 7 of Mayapur. And now we're collaborating with all the different artists around the world that are coming into Mayapur Navadip Dham, and they're going to also make beautiful dioramas of Param Guru Maharaj, Srila Govinda Maharaj. It's very exciting. So Hare Krishna, and thank you for letting me have that moment while we were waiting for Maharaj. Hopefully it was only 2 minutes, but I'm thinking it's 10. Hare Krishna, Dandavad.
Actually, Indumati Devi, I only saw your message. I saw your message in the chat box afterwards. I didn't see your message before. So somehow or another, Krishna made that arrangement that for you to say automatically. And then when I came in just now again, I clicked and I saw there's a message and it was you saying, oh, may I say something? So we are happy that you shared that. And yes, indeed, positive news. And it is very important that devotees everywhere know the reality of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Srila Gurudev, because there we do get our full book of Krishna consciousness from A to Z for the Americans. But all the way through, we've got from the introduction, we've got so many things at every stage. And at every stage, we can say everything is there, but everything is there. And then maturity, some maturity comes with time, with experience. And when we've got the very mature devotees who've got the experience and have seen the whole history from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur through till almost the 21st century, or into the 21st century, yes, with Srila Gurudev, then that's a very rich path of Krishna consciousness. And one reflection of one devotee, Sri Hari Prabhu in Uberlândia in Brazil, that the future generation or the present new generation, they are the most fortunate and they are the best generation because they don't have to go through all the teething troubles that have happened throughout the years. We can learn immediately and get mature Krishna consciousness. And the devotees are trying to do that. And that guidance has come as a combined, it is all combined together, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Srila Gurudev. So it is a fortunate time, but we just have to remind people, or at the beginning, of course, it's not just reminding, it is explaining to people, who is Gurudev, who is Srila Prabhupada, and who is Srila Guru Maharaj. And then who is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur? And then who is Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur? I mean, it's all interrelated. It's not one without another. But there's something, Indumati, I hear you're using the expression of Param Guru Maharaj often. But I really don't think Gurudev will be happy with this expression. I know some devotees have started to use this expression or used it for some time maybe. But when we are all discussing with Gurudev, to be clear, Srila Govinda Maharaj, we are not meant to call our gurus by their name all the time. We call them by their some honorific way. So Srila Prabhupada, it's not that devotees go around calling Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Maharaj or Srila Swami Maharaj. No, it's Srila Prabhupada. And similarly, the previous generation, Srila Prabhupada was Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. They're not calling, in that same way. The name of the Guru, they're calling him by that Prabhupada. And Gurudev established Guru Maharaj for Srila Sridhar Maharaj. So when we are Gurudev is an open book, and we are asking Gurudev, how can we call you? And you will see in some of the earlier publications from the mat, when there was a transition from Srila Gurudev being Srila Govinda Maharaj, and then the sannyasi, and then the acharya, you will see some of the early writing, you'll see it just simply says Srila Maharaj, because that's also respectful, Srila Maharaj. Also, some point is going through Srila Acharya Dev, and that was referring to Srila Govinda Maharaj. Because Gurudev, he didn't say, you will call me something like this. But when the devotees, and this not second hand, this is first hand, with Srila Gurudev, discussing with him. And not once, it came up different times. And but Gurudev was consistent to say, but at least the devotees won't call me Guru Maharaj. That is, I have given, and all of Guru Maharaj's godbrothers, they all call him Guru Maharaj. He is Guru Maharaj. Just like Prabhupada is Srila Prabhupada. So this expression, I just mention it because it's back to basics. And when we know something, we kind of want to share it. And that is really this idea of calling Govinda Maharaj Guru Maharaj. I know he tolerated it at the very last time. Sometimes devotees would say Guru Maharaj. And Gurudev, he's already said everything. It's the very last time of his manifest pastime. And he's expecting us to communicate. What was our service? He's expecting us to communicate with the devotees. And so, although you may see or hear some exception, it wasn't Gurudev's wish. So it's good to stay with Gurudev, is Srila Govinda Maharaj. This became established this way, and he responded in this way. And he was happier with that than than Acharya Dev or Srila Maharaj. And it became a little established with discussions, that time with Sagar Maharaj, myself, and others. And so this I point out, and it's not, this is wrong, I'm saying to you, it's sharing something of the wish of Gurudev, because it does sound a little wrong saying Param Guru Maharaj, when Guru Maharaj is Guru Maharaj. Yes, I see a real hand, not a digital.
I don't know where the digital hand is. Is
sure
it better
either.
that I replace Param then with Srila Guru Maharaj? I thought Param was like the highest respect to put that title in front of Guru Maharaj. So is it better that I say Srila Guru Maharaj anytime I'm referring to our guardian? So that highest level of respect, or is Guru Maharaj okay?
Yes, Srila Guru Maharaj is very proper. Yes.
Great. Thank you,
And
Maharaj.
normally you see, okay, so we've been hearing Param Guru Maharaj use is Param, one's Param Guru is one's Guru's Guru, father, grandfather. This usage is the general usage of Param Guru. So Param Guru Maharaj is indicating that you're calling Gurudev Guru Maharaj, and then like Param Guru Maharaj. But that was not the established way. That was not in the time of Gurudev. And really, we want to preserve what was the etiquette, what was sung, what was the etiquette, what was the routine of devotion life, what was the mood. We want to preserve that from the time of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. And that doesn't mean two different times. The time of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj is all the time under that shelter and care, because Srila Gurudev was giving us Srila Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj so careful to preserve exactly as far as my understanding. I very carefully follow the guidance of my Guru Maharaj. And so it means that's Guru Maharaj to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And I hope everybody knows, Gurudev absolutely, I don't know how many more than 100% you can go, but 1,000%, we'll start at 1,000%, was all in all Guru Maharaj. I mean, 1,000% Guru Maharaj. And so this way, from, because you can say Guru Maharaj plus something, because he's got his own nature. So you got 1,000% plus. Anyway, mathematics might not work here. But this way, what they've given really is the standard. And it's the standard that Srila Prabhupada wanted. He sent his devotees to Guru Maharaj to learn what is the standard of devotional life. And there are many sweet videos of Guru Maharaj, of Gurudev, and of Srila Prabhupada, where Srila Prabhupada, you can see his caring nature to the devotees. And how he knows, Srila Prabhupada knows he's going to leave the world soon. He's not got long in the world, as it were, directly. But he's giving them encouragement. Do what I've given you, do the best you can, follow my advices. And one of those advices is that, that very strong advice, that when he wants to make Guru Maharaj the president of his society, and that the world will come to hear from him, then that's a pretty strong advice. So we must not just think that Guru Maharaj is, another, oh yes, one of the old sannyasis, an old body sannyasi of Srila Saraswati Thakur. And he not only stands out, he's extreme in the progress of Mahaprabhu's message, preserving it and distributing it. Guru Maharaj, the maker of gurus, he made Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada fully acknowledged happily this. And he made Srila Gurudev. Srila Gurudev fully, openly acknowledged and happily acknowledging this. Not only acknowledging, but in his humility, saying, I was a naughty boy, but Guru Maharaj made me into a good boy. Hare Krishna. So back to basics. So yes, so we're sharing what we know. So we do some things we just know. It's not, we hear it or something. And this thing about the usage of the name, this is, so it is so. It is the case. Hare Krishna. So yes, by the way, I have to go. Right, I came back to tell you I've got to go. We've got quite a lot of devotees. They're all going now. And I have a little duty to, if they don't know, to teach them one Bengali word, which is ashchi. When you go from somewhere, it's not the custom to say goodbye or bye-bye. Like that's final. That's okay, that's it, bye-bye. But it's ashchi. It actually means I am coming. The opposite of I am going. So anyway, probably all of our family here do know ashchi. But they are going and they've got duties to do. And they are on a time schedule. So I am on a time schedule. I need to just leave a little bit earlier. And they're being very tolerant and patient. I need to go to them now. But dear devotees, happy to be with you here on Zoom, on Facebook, which I haven't opened today. I don't have my tablet with me, which opens Facebook actually just now. We've been everywhere at the same time this morning. But to each of you that are on Facebook, who are on Zoom and who see the recorded version, my obeisances, my appreciation, my feeling of gratitude to Gurudev to Guru Maharaj, to Krishna, for giving me good association of like-minded persons who are sincerely together trying to do what Gurudev and Guru Maharaj want. We'll try our best to do that together. Jai Srila Gurudev, and you know who Gurudev is anyway. Jai Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. Ki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rapak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj. Ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. And Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Vaga Ki Jai. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. And all the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Ananta Koti, unlimited millions of devotees everywhere Ki Jai. And all Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda. All the acharyas in the line of Mahaprabhu to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That is covering all of the acharyas in that line. Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Haribo. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. And I do see two chats in the box. Oh, it's Haridev Prabhu saying Dandavat and Basil saying Dandavat. Basil, many thanks. I think you had your name in the Russian script earlier and I wasn't able to see it. So Basil, we appreciate. And your thumbnail photo also reminding us, of course, in this case of Krishna Leela, Krishna Balaram, about Vrindavan, and Indumati's backdrop, reminding us of the Panchatattva. And actually, when I see it small on the screen, it looks almost like Gauranga Shetu, that the Panchatattva are chanting in front of the bridge that crosses the Ganges, which is interesting thought. All right, dear devotees, I need to go. My obeisances, kindly give your permission. Ami Ashchi, the word you all now know too. And now in Brazil,
Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna, Hare Deva. And in Brazil, please get a good night's rest. It's after midnight. Hare Krishna. Govinda Govinda.